tune in because this is going to be a must-see bantamweight matchup. You guys do not want to miss this title fight. This is a big one. All the marbles on the table. No excuses after this. We're going to find out who the better fighter is at the bantamweight division and see who really deserves to be on top of that podium. And I know that's going to be me. So if you guys believe it, tune in. If you don't believe it, tune in. Either way, I'm going to shut this man up.
Helen Yee here at the Schmozone Studios, being joined by the UFC bantamweight champion, Mr. Aljamain Sterling. Now, first off, I saw on your Twitter you got a bit heated, it seemed, when ESPN MMA posted that photo of you and Petr both with the belt, and you said, quote, "Take that fake-ass belt off Petr."
Yeah. It's partially serious, part joking. You know, that's just my personality, but you know, just to kind of rile people up, because I know people are going to take the bait every single time, and they think I'm the fake champ. I think he's the fake champ. So it is what it is. We're going to find out come April 9th in UFC 273.
Now, has it kind of been a bit frustrating where, I mean, you have such a great resume, and it seems like a lot of people are just so focused on this that they kind of forget, for example, before your fight against Petr, your win over Corey Sandhagen?
Yeah. What was that, like 88 seconds? Yan needed the full 25. TJ needed the full 25. I know you can't do MMA math in that regards, but I do think I have a unique set of skills that make me very dangerous to just about everyone in this division, you know. So people can say whatever they want. My resume speaks for itself. I'm tied for the second most wins in the UFC bantamweight history for a reason. And at the end of the day, the work, when I put it in, good things happen. So I'm excited to just shut them up and remind the world who I am, because I didn't forget. So the fans, you know how they can be sometimes. You know, one day they love you, the next day you suck, kind of thing. So that's just how it is. What have you done for me lately?
So going into April 9th, how do you visualize the rematch going against Petr?
I do think I'm going to come out the same way I did. This time I'm going to make sure I actually eat properly and actually have the energy to push the way that I normally push in training. Go forward, press the pace, and eventually I think he's going to open himself up and give the takedown. I think that's one of his problems. I think he starts so slow that it allows a guy like me who's good with taking it back. You let me get you back nice and early in the first round, I do think that poses a lot of problems, especially because we're both going to be dry, you know. The last one I took him down relatively easy, but like I said, I was feeling like crap before I even got into that cage. And at the end of the day, if I don't throw those two hammer fists that allows him to get back up to his feet, I could have definitely changed the outcome of the fight just by solidifying control, waiting for him to turn, putting the hooks in, and I could have done the same thing I did to Sandhagen. But when you're fatigued like that, sometimes your brain kind of just goes into a different world, and you make mental mistakes that you shouldn't make, you know. So I'm excited for the rematch, and I know he's a tough dude, but I just believe I really do have the skills to beat him.
But where do you think that you've improved the most during this time off for yourself?
I think not having to take time off in training anymore. That neck surgery was a blessing in disguise. It was something I was contemplating doing back before our December fight, but then Yan pulled out of the fight. And then going into the training camp the second time for the March 6th fight, I did a ton of PT. It got better, and then it got cranked on again in training. I had to take off another week, get a cortisone shot, and to not have to do that anymore, it's night and day, you know. So I'm able to put in a lot more work compared to what I was able to do. Like if I had like a little bump and bruise, I had to just take my foot off the gas and let my body kind of reset, you know. So to have that time to really put in some extra work when it comes to pad work or extra grappling rounds, being able to drill a little bit longer, it makes a big difference, you know. So I'm not having the excuse of I need to chill out a little bit because my body is feeling ran into the ground kind of thing. So this is going to be good. It's going to be good. I haven't missed a beat. And I do think people who have been going with me, they know that, they know what's up, you know. So I let these guys do the talking for me. At the end of the day, I'm going to go out there and perform and show everybody what's up.
And I know all the fans are excited for April 9th, UFC 273. Now, another fight that's kind of rumored to possibly be on the card, Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns. You're a great analyst on your show, The Weekly Scrap. So I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts on that fight and also Khamzat's rise.
Khamzat is a phenom. I mean, look what he's doing, everybody. The way he handled the leech, just picked him up and kind of carried him over while he's still holding him, talking to Dana, and then slams him down and pretty much shortly after that chokes him out. He's done that time and time again. I do think that's what makes him dangerous. He has a very long, lanky frame. He's explosive, quick twitch muscles, and he has the grappling to go with it. Maybe not like Gilbert Burns in terms of like the jiu-jitsu realm. And I do think that's going to be the difference in this fight. I think he's going to actually get a little bit tested with his overall grappling, not just the wrestling department, because Gilbert can wrestle. We know he has good jiu-jitsu off of his back. The one thing I would say about Gilbert, he tends to slow down, as we saw in the Usman fight. But with Woodley, he went 25 minutes, no problem. So that makes me wonder if it was just the heat of the moment, or are we going to be able to see him a little bit more controlled and poised and being able to have that same energy expenditure for the entire 15 minutes as opposed to 25. So I think that could be a big difference. And with that, I don't know. I think we're going to see Khamzat get tested a little bit, and I think this is exciting for everybody because when you go out there and you barely get touched and none of these guys can do anything to you, it leaves a lot of questions. Like, we just don't know what if. Can he take a shot? Can he grapple off of his back? Will Gilbert Burns look to take him down? And I think that's going to be the difference in the fight. What style both guys are going to try to utilize, I don't know. Is Khamzat going to want to take him down and kind of lay in his guard kind of thing, or try to get to his back? I think that's going to be a little bit tougher to do against a guy like Gilbert Burns, who pretty much crushed Damian Maia, who's a jiu-jitsu wizard. I mean, late Damian Maia, but still, that's just the way the game goes.
And lastly, another big fight coming up in a couple weeks, Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. Who do you think takes that?
I really don't know. I always back the wrestlers, but with Masvidal, he surprises you like the same way he did with the Ben Askren fight. So the Darren Till fight, he beats guys bigger than him. He beats guys who are supposed to be better on paper in terms of like one specific department. So I don't really know which way that's going to go. We know Colby Covington, he can take a shot. We know he's durable. We know he pushes forward. He can throw. Might not be the cleanest like Masvidal's type of combinations, but that wrestling is an equalizer. And if he can stifle the fight and make it a tough one, a gritty one for Masvidal, I can see him getting Masvidal tired, but then I can see Masvidal catching him as well. And I think he's got quick hands. He's going to have to be able to use that. At the same time, he's going to be able to use his footwork, stay in the center of the octagon, and not let Colby Covington push him against the cage for 25 minutes or less. So I don't know who's going to win. I like both guys. I'm a fan of both. I'm a fan of the shtick of Covington. I think it's got a lot of people to tune in to watch him fight. And the guy can fight. At the end of the day, you can say what you want about him. He can fight. Masvidal, you can say what you want about him. The guy can fight. So at the end of the day, I think we're going to have two really good opponents getting in there and mixing it up. And I think the fans are going to be the ones that win.